Welcome back to another episode of CJ in Session. Today's session is featuring two special guests, um, Cyerra Robinson and Harper Davis. So today we're going to talk a little bit about them, and we're also going to talk a little bit about self awareness. So first, would y'all like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Sierra. I am 20 years old. I am from Oak Hill, West Virginia. I currently work at the Oak Hill Animal Hospital. I graduated from vet tech school maybe like a year in April, I think it'll be. It's been a year since I've been graduated. I have a vet tech degree, and I think that's pretty much it, yeah.
Okay, Harper.
Okay. My name is Harper Davis. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Oak Hill, West Virginia, and I'm currently a CNA at Hilltop Center Nursing Home.
Okay. So, whenever y'all were coming up, was it uh like a hard thing? Like when I say coming up, I mean like in high school. Like, was it a hard thing like choosing your career path when you were in high school?
I feel like it was when I was younger, I was like, I want to be a teacher for sure. Like, that's definitely something I want to do. And then I got older and I was like around all my classmates, and I'm like, there's no way I want to be teaching like these kids. Like, that's not for me.
Right.
And then I got really into animals, and I was like, there's literally nothing else I want to do besides help animals. So I think it was pretty like straightforward for me.
Okay. How cool about you?
I say no because I still don't know what I want to do the rest of my life. I know for sure I don't want to be a CNA forever. I went to college for cyber forensics and security, but I didn't like the coding class for it because I felt like I was behind compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
So then I switched my major to communications.
Okay.
I didn't like that either. And so I tried being a CNA just to see if I wanted to go to nursing school. No. I like being a CNA, but long term, no, it's a mentally and physically draining job. So
okay, understandable. So, can y'all both tell me a little bit like about y'all's jobs and like any advice for anybody who wants to do the same thing y'all are doing now?
So I basically do everything but surgery. Like, I'm placing IVs, I'm drawing blood, I'm running labs, I'm doing like taking x-rays. Like, it's just so much that goes into being a vet tech that I feel like a lot of people don't give us a lot of credit for because it's something that takes a lot of passion and compassion and just so much to be a vet tech. And I would say if anybody like is interested in being a vet tech, it definitely, I would say, maybe try to stay like, I don't know, try to give yourself, not try to be so hard on yourself, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, because it's easy to like make mistakes and be like, oh, I'm a terrible vet tech, like I'm not good with my animal care. But really, everybody makes mistakes. It's a very taxing career. It's very hard mentally. And I think you just have to stay strong and surround yourself with people that are supportive.
Okay. And Harper, what do you think? Like how do you feel about your job? And is it like something that's hard, or is it easy, or what advice would you give somebody who wants to like be in the same field as you?
I wouldn't say my job, my description, I'm a night shift CNA. So I make sure everyone gets to bed, make sure they get changed every 2 hours. If they have to get up in the morning for a doctor's appointment, I get them ready for that. I honestly don't find it hard. You just it's really all in your mindset because you're going to get kicked at, you're going to get cussed at. It's always going to be something that you're not doing right. You're going to have to deal with impatient people. You're going to have terrible co-workers. You're going to have a lazy nurse. Like, we're not saying you're going to, but this is stuff that I've seen within my 5 months of being a CNA. So, but my advice to anybody who wants to be a nurse or wants to go into the medical field, I definitely suggest being a CNA first.
Okay. Yeah. So, what is like, would y'all say is the hardest part about your job?
I feel like mine is the mental toll it takes, like especially with euthanasias, or like there's only so much you can do for an animal, and then you're like, well, I tried my best and I did everything and they're still not getting better. And it's like, what more can I do? But there's nothing more you can do. So like dealing with that is a little bit hard, I'd say.
I think the hardest part about dealing with my job is death.
Mhm.
Like you're going to see someone. I mean, some residents they make it out and they're okay. Some come back. They either come back worse or come back like on the verge of death.
Mhm.
So something that I had struggled with was like not trying to get attached to them,
Mhm.
but like it's going to happen.
Mhm.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, because for me, like I am like a person who loves animals also. So
Mhm.
like whenever stuff like that occurs, like where it's something that you really can't do nothing else for them, then like that's really like something that you have to deal with mentally.
Yeah.
So I agree, and also with the people too.
Mhm.
Like you get a bond with the people that you take care of, and then when something happens, then that affects you mentally. Like so. Um, is this like the career that you wanted to do like now, like you wanted to continue to do this,
Mhm.
or have you ever thought of a second career?
I definitely want to stick in like the animal path,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to go into research. I don't think like working in clinic is going to be for me forever. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to do research though.
Okay, what about you?
I want to be a realtor. So I guess whenever the time comes for me to start my course, I guess that's when I'm going to start my course.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so are y'all two currently still in school or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so how was your experience in school, like high school and college?
High school felt like a breeze. I guess super easy. I enjoyed it honestly. Like obviously it wasn't all that, but like I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
College wasn't bad either. I enjoyed my time. It was really really hard, but I did enjoy my time too.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Harper?
High school, I mean, like she said, it was like a breeze.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. College, I enjoyed college.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely, I seen the real world for a change.
Mm-hmm.
I seen a different change in the environment because where we're from and where we went to school is mostly predominantly white.
Yeah.
When I got to college, different ball game. I seen black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, everything. So it was different.
Okay. So I have a question. What's a challenge that y'all both had to overcome, like in y'all's adult life and also in like your younger life? What's a challenge that you had to overcome?
Like you mean
Like as far as like in the stuff that y'all do now, like y'all's careers now, what's something that you had to overcome?
I guess my tongue. My tongue, holding my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Working on controlling my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say.
I think something like for me would be speaking up for myself and like setting boundaries and I think just speaking up for myself is something I have to work on.
Yeah, that's a good one because we talked about boundaries on one of our previous sessions, and setting boundaries is really an important thing to do because not a lot of people know where they're overstepping or if they're like doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that I agree with that. So now is there anything that y'all would give like as far as like to a younger person who's watching about y'all's like way of choosing y'all's careers or choosing your job or choosing like the college y'all went to? Like, is there anything like any advice or any tips that y'all would give to somebody who's watching?
I think it depends on the person because some people they go to a career for money and some people go to a career because they genuinely like that career. Like for me, I don't make that much money in my career, but I love what I do. So I think that's something that they'd have to like first start with and decide if they want a career that has passion or a career that you're making money but you hate your life every day. So that's kind of how I thought about it because if I wanted to make money, I would.
Right. Harper, what about you?
I'd say do what you feel you want to do. Like don't listen to. I wouldn't say not necessarily listen to your parents, but a parent is always going to want what's best for you. If you know what I mean. And like some people, which I even had to challenge myself with listening to my mom, because she thinks that I should be RN, and so does my grandparents. No. So I'd say, like, don't just like after you graduate high school, summertime come, you just half working and then just rotting away. Now, like, do you something that like get you a job or something that you're interested in, or something that you're interested in. Then you kind of fill out what you want to do, because really right off bat you're not going to want to know what you want to do right after high school.
That's true.
Yeah,
really you're not.
So can y'all tell me about a moment that changed you, like at any given time in your life? Like, what's a moment that changed you?
That's a good question. I gotta think about that.
A moment that changed me, I would say Thanksgiving break of 2024, when I was really like my last semester in college. Like, I want to say, like, my last 2 months, I really wasn't doing anything. I knew I didn't want to go back to college, but like my mom suggested, and so I was like, I'll go. But I know for a fact, I'm like, once October hit, I'm not gonna be interested no more. Which that's what happened. And I came home and I was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, "So what are you doing? Like, you're just doing nothing?" So then I was just like, "Yeah, no, we gotta flip. We gotta do something else." So yeah.
I think probably going to school and realizing that like life is more than just me, and that the world doesn't revolve around me. Because when you're in your hometown, it's like this is what you've known your whole life, and the world kind of does revolve around you in a way.
Yeah.
And then you get to this. I went to Pittsburgh for school, so it's a super big city. And I was like, the world really doesn't revolve around me. Like I have to figure things out on my own. Like, I'm responsible for doing what I need to do. Like, my parents aren't here to keep me responsible anymore. Like, I'm responsible for me. And I feel like that was just something that like was a big shock to me.
Yeah. So since you brought up like going to school in Pittsburgh, like how was that? Like, what was your experience there?
It was a super small school. I absolutely hated Pittsburgh. It was like a really big culture shock. Like, it was insane. I did not like it at all. I liked the friends I made, but I wasn't like very fond of Pittsburgh at all. But going to a school like out of state, you don't know anybody, you've never been there. That was really hard. But I managed well.
Okay, that's good. So like, would you give anybody advice for doing like that, like going to college out of state on their own?
I would say to put yourself out there, and definitely put yourself out there, and to just realize that it'll get better. Like, as soon as you get there, you're not gonna have friends, you're not gonna know what you're doing, and that's okay because you're used to your hometown where you have friends, you know where you're at. Like, so it's a little bit harder to go from that to not knowing anyone and not knowing anything, but it will get better. You will make friends, you will become familiar with the area. It just takes a minute.
Okay, and Harper, how was your experience at college?
It really wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I made friends. The people I'm still friends with, they're good people. My advisor, me and her, we're still good friends. I still talk to her from time to time. Just like college is way different than high school. The workload's fast paced. You have to stay on top of stuff. And then once you get behind, like one assignment, then like,
yeah, for real.
You're not cooked, but like you gotta pick yourself up.
Yeah.
And then like when it comes to finals week, that's the week that you need to be by yourself.
Genuinely.
Really the week before you need to be by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so would y'all say it's like easy, hard, or like is it like in the middle?
It definitely wasn't easy.
It's not easy, and also it's depending on the major too.
That as well, yeah.
Okay. So do y'all have anything else that y'all would like to share about y'all, yourself to the people watching?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Okay. So with that being said, we're just gonna move into the topic of today's segment, which is self-awareness. So, um, in y'all's own words, like how would y'all describe like what's self-awareness mean to y'all?
I feel like being self-aware means knowing when you're in the wrong or knowing when somebody's like, or when you're doing something to somebody or when you're in the wrong, when they're in the wrong. I feel like I feel like it's kind of hard to describe. Like I don't really know how to describe it. Or do you like have a better description?
I would say self-awareness is like how you carry yourself, like your character, your attitude, how you treat people, how you treat yourself, and so and really just your actions, I'd say.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the actions.
Okay. So, I feel like it's like knowing who you really are. Like, who am I when nobody's watching? Or like, what's my identity versus my reputation?
Right.
So, to me, I just think that you knowing things like about yourself, like if you know that you're doing something wrong, you're aware that you're doing something wrong. That's being self-aware. So, what's something that like sets you off? Like Chloe, what's something that sets you off?
Girl, I usually get irritated. I usually get irritated. Cyerra, you gonna have to name something. Everything irritates me.
It doesn't take, it takes a lot to like genuinely irritate me, but I feel like something that does irritate me is when people are like inconsiderate of my time or my feelings. Just inconsiderateness, like to a point where like it's just like you just don't care at all. And that's definitely something that like gets to me.
Okay. So, do you think that self-awareness also has something to do with mental health also?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think about like the stress and the anxiety and stuff about yourself also plays a part in being self-aware. Like, because you never know, like people will be like so scared, but not like bold enough to say anything. Like they'll be so scared to where like they're aware of it, but to other people it may seem like they're not. Like to other people it may seem like, oh, they're just being extra, or they're just being like so um what's something that you well, let me say this. Do you think that you know yourself fully? Why or why not?
I feel like I'm still developing as a person.
I agree.
Okay. Are you proud of who you are now?
I definitely will say I'm proud of my accomplishments and in all the things that I've done, but I feel like I can better myself as a person.
Right. I agree with her.
So, what is something that you ignore about yourself that you need to fix?
I guess my attitude problems.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Go ahead, Cyerra.
I don't know. I think mine would be like I kind of just let stuff fly, and like I think that's why people think I'm so just mellow, because I just let everything's just with me. But I feel like that's something that I need to like stop doing, because people take it for like I'm like soft or something, I guess, or like they can walk over me because I'm just a mellow person. But that's definitely something I want to work on.
Yeah, me too, honestly, because I feel like a lot of people, try to like walk over top of me just because like I give them chance after chance, or I be so nice, which I feel like that's something that I need to fix about myself too. So, why do y'all think self-awareness is important for young people today?
I feel like it's important, like, because it's something that you're always gonna need, and I feel like when you're younger, self-awareness just kind of like isn't there. I feel like it's something that comes with you as you grow. Because I definitely was not self-aware when I was younger at all. Like, I needed somebody to tell me, like, you need to get it together. So I think it's something that comes with age.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It is something that comes with age because I didn't become self-aware until I was like 20.
Same,
So-
yeah, honestly.
Okay, so how can someone tell if they really understand themselves? What do y'all think? Like, how can somebody tell if they really understand themselves?
I don't know. I don't really have an answer to that because I don't feel like I fully understand myself.
Yeah, I don't think I understood either for him.
Okay, so what are some signs that someone lacks self-awareness? Like, what are some signs that are to y'all that somebody lacks self-awareness?
I'd say people that lack self-awareness, like, I wouldn't how. Like, you can tell in somebody's actions that they lack
Yeah,
self-awareness.
Is it something that they do or say that you can tell, like, oh, they're not self-aware?
And then, like, sometimes with self-awareness, I think that's something that a parent teaches you. And really a whole lot of that comes from is, like, how you were raised.
Okay, so
Did I answer the question? Like, I'm trying to make sure.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you.
Well, like,
okay.
I'm trying to make sure, like, I am.
Okay, so how does knowing yourself help make better decisions?
I feel like knowing yourself, because you don't want to get yourself in situations that you know you're not supposed to be into, or you know you're not going to cope well with, or something. Like, I know that I'm not going to be okay with certain things, so I'm not going to put myself in that position. And I feel like knowing yourself, you know, not to, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I understand.
I don't know.
Like, if you know you're a person who doesn't like to be around a crowd of people, but yet you go with your friends who's around a crowd of people, like, being self-aware would have you stay home instead of, going into the crowd of people because you know that that's not you.
Right.
Or like you're in a relationship and they're doing stuff you don't want, and you allow it anyways. Like, stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's even with friendships, like, like, hey, I don't like that you doing that. Like,
okay, so what are healthy ways to deal with anger or frustration?
I struggle with those, but stuff that I do, I write my feelings out on a sheet of paper. I go on a big long rant. I take a walk. Stuff like that.
Cyerra, what about you?
I actually go to therapy, and it really helps. Even if I don't have anything to talk about that week, it's just good to just have somebody that you're unbiased to, like, what's going on in your life, and give you like what you need to hear, or just somebody to vent to get your frustrations and feelings out to. So I really enjoy it.
Okay, I would say a healthy way to deal with like anger or frustration would be like taking time to yourself instead of like trying to surround yourself by like a bunch of people or whatever. I feel like taking time to yourself is better, not only for helping with the anger, but also mentally. Like, because being around a lot of people, some people could talk negativity into your mind. So it's like you get into a bigger frustration with yourself. Like, you're like, okay, now they said this, now I'm even more angry. So I feel like being by yourself is a good way to handle anger and frustration. So how can somebody pause and think before reacting? Like, what is something that they could think about before reacting to a certain situation? Like, for example, if we got to fighting, how would you tell like somebody to think about what to do next? Like,
how I think is because we're at a certain age now where slap on the wrist is not a consequence no more. So I think, hey, what if this go left? Like someone could possibly die.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Something can get broke.
Yep.
So like you can get dead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really how I see stuff.
I agree.
You gotta pick and choose your battles.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree. Like after a certain age, stuff gets real serious, and like that's what I always tell myself. I'm like, I'm at that age where if something goes wrong and it's not intentionally going wrong, like that's not where my intentions were, but I just got myself in this situation because I wasn't thinking first, and now it went a totally different way, and now my life is ruined, like something like that. That's what I try to think about.
And that's right. And sometimes in some situations you gotta pick and choose, like I said, like you can't let somebody get up underneath your skin or have so much power over you to get you angry. That's why I tell my residents when they argue with each other, when they argue with their roommate, when they argue with somebody else on you, I tell them you can't give somebody that much power to make you angry. You can't let somebody get up underneath your skin like that.
Yeah, that's what my mom tells me too a lot.
Yeah. So, what do y'all think? What role does communication play in understanding emotions?
It plays a big part.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like communicating, like I know a lot of people be saying like communication is key, like that's so corny, but like it's actually true.
Really?
It's actually true. Like communication plays a big part because like whenever if you communicate your feelings, then you'll understand like this is how this person is feeling and this is how they are thinking on a day-to-day basis. Like if I was to communicate like, oh, I don't like when you do certain things around me. Like, if I'm communicating it, then that's a good thing because I'm letting you know and making you aware that this is something that's bothering me.
Right, yeah.
So, why do you think that people give in to peer pressure?
Because they all look scary.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I feel like they have no choice.
Or like really, then like some peer pressure situations come from then again being self-aware. If you are truly friends with somebody or in a relationship with anybody or however, and someone peer pressures you, like that's somebody you don't need to be with.
Yeah, those are not the type of friends you want to be around.
That's somebody.
Yeah, because like for example, like I'm a person who doesn't do those extracurricular activities. So, and if I'm with friends who do that type of stuff, I don't want to be around those friends that peer pressure me into doing it with them. Like if I told them I don't do that or no, then they should just take that as the answer instead of trying to influence me to do this with them. Like, but those are the type of friends you don't want to be around. But the ones that respect your boundaries and respect what you said, those are the type of friends that you should, surround yourself with.
I agree.
So, going on with that, how do you think somebody could recognize that they're being influenced?
If you just read the room, your environment, who you're around. Like if you know someone like, hey, we're going to do such and going here to go do such and such, and they like to do X, Y, and Z, and you don't do X, Y, and Z. Then you need to be like, hey, if I do go, I need to make it clear I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z, or I could just keep my tail at home.
Okay, so what are some ways to stay like true to yourself when you're in like a group setting?
I think just have boundaries.
Have boundaries. You be yourself. Yeah, really.
Okay, so do y'all think your environment shapes who you become?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Why do y'all think that?
I feel like a lot of people are products of their environment, but I feel like that doesn't make you who you are. Like you can change. Like if your environment was negatively impacting you, I feel like you can still change that and be who you are and be positive. Like I don't feel like your environment will always have you like that. I guess like you can change it, but I definitely think it does impact you. Yeah.
Right, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think the people that you surround yourself with and the places that you are in, like, does, like, it sometimes it does make you the person that you are, but you can't let that happen. Like, especially if it's like a negative environment, you can't let that negative environment, make you who you are. You want to try to be like the opposite, and you want to try to get out of that and be in like a positive environment to make you, like a positive person. So what's some steps that somebody should take before making an important decision?
I'd say think it over,
Mm-hmm.
pros, cons. If it has any consequences, you think about that. And if you're not sure, then you need to talk to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Rather it be a trusted friend, trusted mentor, parent, grandparent, however, you need to talk over somebody.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. So why do you think people sometimes make decisions that they know aren't good for them?
I feel like the outcome of that decision, or like their want for that, I don't know how to put it. Like their want for that outweighs the outcome, if that makes sense. Like how bad they want it doesn't matter, because like the bad situation does not matter because of how bad they want it. If that makes sense. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I get you.
Or they just thinking like in the moment, it'll make them feel good in the moment. They don't even think about what's going to happen afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. She explained it.
Yeah. Okay. So how can you learn from a bad decision without repeating them?
Really just like, hey, if you do something bad and it's a bad outcome, you know not to do that again if you don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, it only takes
really
one
just
time.
common sense, really.
Yeah. So what's the difference between reacting and responding?
Reacting is like a fighting, cursing, something bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then responding is like communicating, expressing how you feel, walking away, stuff like that.
Cyerra, what do you think?
I kind of agree with what Harper says, honestly, because like I feel like that's kind of like reacting is kind of associated with that as well. Associated with that. I agree with Harper.
Yeah, I think reacting is more like being physical or threatening, and responding is just like letting them know something.
Right.
So, where do you think like confidence comes from?
I would say confidence is something that was built in you.
I agree.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I feel like it comes from within. Like you have to build that in order to be truly confident. Because I had to build that myself. Because
I had to build it.
Because at first I used to just be like I used to always like think that I was like so less than other people. I used to be like comparing myself to the next person, and then I finally realized like I have to be confident in who I am, and I have to make myself feel good. So like I can like be next to like somebody who's doing much better than me or who looks better than me, but I'm still confident in my own skin. I'm still confident in who I am. So whoever around me, I can still be myself, and I won't feel any less than.
Right.
So how do you think somebody could build confidence from within instead of outside validation?
It's something that I would say comes mentally. I didn't become confident in myself until I was almost like 19 years old.
Yeah, me too.
Especially where we had grew up and where we went to school.
Yeah.
I used to get called black monkey because I was darker and bigger than everybody else. And then now I think that's funny because a few boys that I had a crush on when I was younger didn't want me at all in my inbox and Messenger and Instagram now.
No, that's right.
So like, no. But like I said, where I got a lot of my confidence from being dark skinned was one of my mom's best friends. Unfortunately, she had passed away a few years ago, but she got me like this little fan, and she's like, "It's for chocolate girls. That's because you too hot. You gotta cool down."
Oh, I know that's
So like,
that's right.
for the longest, that's all I think of in the back of my head. So like, yeah.
Okay,
That's
I like
where I
that.
got my confidence from. You just got it, like, you believe that you are that.
Mhm.
So, like,
Sierra, what would you say? How could somebody build confidence from within instead of from validation?
I definitely agree with Harper that it's like a mental thing. Like it's something that you really have to just realize that you are who you are, and there's no changing that. Like that's kind of what I had to realize with myself. I had to learn to love myself. I am who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, that's what it is. You either like it or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how I think of things. Like it's honestly just it's hard. It is,
Yeah.
especially when you're like younger and you have like Harper said like went to a predominantly white school,
Mm-hmm.
and I know you said no validation from others, but like when you're in high school, you're like, oh, you know, you want to have boyfriends or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the boys at our school did not like black girls whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it was like, am I
with
different?
black ones too.
Yeah, literally. Like, it's like, so am I less than because I'm not white? Am I less than because I don't look like them?
Mhm.
Like, and I had this like phase where like I would shave my hair every single day just so that I could fit in with everybody else, and my hair was cooked. So like, and then I had to after I got out of high school, I barely straightened my hair. I went to braids, taking care of my hair, and I realized that I don't have to be what everybody else is around me. Like I can be my own person, and that's okay.
Unlocking your inner black girl.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so I do agree with what y'all said. Like, it has to start with you first, and you have to, think and know that you are that. Like, you are who you think you are. But yeah, and also yeah, in school, like I was a person who got bullied, like for being like the color I am, and people like would just tell me, "Oh, you look like this, or you look like that," and I was just like, that literally lowered my self esteem. So I was just like always thinking like I have to fit in with everybody else, so I have to wear this or do that to like fit in with everybody else. But as I got older, I realized that like I don't have to do or look like the next person. Like literally me just being me is good enough. Like it's good enough for me. So whatever everybody else don't like, that's too bad. Because I'm here for me.
Exactly.
So so since I said something about low self esteem, what are some signs that someone has low self esteem?
I think the way they carry themselves sometimes is like a tell, like how they present themselves to others. Like you can just kind of tell like they don't.
Really,
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about a little bit about like social media and reality. So like, how does social media impact how people see themselves?
I feel like it impacts people a lot, like especially younger girls. Like I definitely think that I feel like social media in general is toxic, especially for younger people.
Yeah, me too.
Social media is not real. It is not real.
Yeah, I feel like social media is like a fake life. Like, this is not the real me. This is not the real life I'm living.
Right.
Like, because people can post all the good things that they do in their life, but behind closed doors, they're going through other things too. So, like, this is not the real me. The real me is me off camera and me, like, struggling through this or doing that. I don't post all the struggles on here, and I'll let y'all see all the good things, but like all the bad things are happening off camera too.
Right.
But some people they post the good and the bad. But I feel like social media has a big impact, especially on like younger women, because like they see the next female look like this, and they feel like they have to meet that standard in order for people to like them or want to be around them. They have to look like that or act like that. But I feel like if literally, like, because some people literally get on the internet and just be themselves and people love them. They don't have to look or act like the next person. So I feel like you literally just being yourself is all that matters, really.
I agree.
So what are some dangers of comparing your life to what you see online?
I feel like that's I would never compare myself to or I try not to, because it's like they could be posting their living, doing this, doing that, traveling, partying, whatever, they're so happy. And little do they know they're not even happy within themselves. Like
right.
they're truly struggling. You just can't tell. So I try not to compare myself.
And I always keep in like mental note, like you can't compare yourself or try to keep up with the next, because like trying to keep up, like that's gonna break you in the end. You're not gonna be happy mentally, you're not gonna be happy physically, and that's what physically is gonna show. Your pocket's gonna be drained.
Yeah, like
you're gonna be drained.
If you're trying to like, mimic the same thing they're doing, like they seem happy because they went all around the world, so let me try it, and then you're just like drained.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's like Megan Thee Stallion getting the coach a Chanel bag and me getting a Chanel bag. She can afford that Chanel bag. What am I doing trying to keep up with her getting a Chanel bag?
Ain't nothing wrong with a little case paper.
No.
Okay, so why do y'all think it's important to separate your real life from your online life? Well, I'll go first. I feel like if like you on like online, like me personally online, when I get online, I don't be putting all my business out there. I literally will get on there and just tell a lie, and people will believe it. But that's what social media is. It's fake. It's not real. So I just say anything. But but my real life, it could be the complete opposite. Like I can get on there and say, yeah, y'all, I just got like 3 cars and 2 new houses, and then in real life, I don't have anything.
Right.
So like, I think it's important to separate your real life from online life, because like you never know like how dangerous it is by trying to put your real life in the internet world.
Yeah, and I agree with that too, especially on Facebook. Because people be telling their business on Facebook. It's like, I still remember Facebook drama about people from like 5th grade.
Yeah.
I forget.
No, that's what I'm saying. I feel like what you put out on social media, that's gonna follow you.
Exactly.
That's gonna follow you. Like, oh, she was back then. She was doing X, Y, and Z. She was doing this, that, and the third. I remember one time when I was in college, somebody had came up to me and was like, "Oh yeah, you was one of them girls that was fighting in the village."
Right.
How you know that?
Yeah, literally, how you know that's the power of them cell phones. Power of them cell phones.
Like, there's no reason I should know your business.
Right. Okay, so what are some daily habits that y'all think can help improve self-awareness?
I guess spending time with yourself. That's what I've been doing more often. Really, I say cleaning up. And then like not putting yourself in the mix.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And then like as the older you get, like I feel like the older you get, like the less friends you have.
Yeah.
Or like in my case, the older I've gotten, I can't. When I'm saying I can't keep friends that I make when as I've been older, but as I've been older, I've seen friends and me and them, we don't got the same morals.
Yeah, there's like
I'm
different maturity level.
Yeah, and then like I'm not the type. I'm not playing that keeping friends that I really don't like and don't care for no more. I just want to talk to you again. I don't want you to look at you, and I don't want you to look at me. So
okay, so why is consistency important for growth?
I say like consistency. That's like therapy.
So
if you get injured and you go to therapy like for 2 weeks, then you quit going for the rest of the 4 weeks of your 6-week treatment. You ain't getting nowhere.
Yeah, you're not getting nowhere.
You only took 2 steps. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even after therapy, you still gotta stay consistent, because even if you're good after 6 weeks, you still at 75%.
Right.
Realistically. You got to keep on and keep going at it every day till you get better, until you at 100%.
Yeah, and I feel like it's the same way for like school too. Like, you can't just do it halfway. You can't just let me just go like 2 days out the week, and then the other 3 days, I'm just not gonna go. You gotta be consistent in order. Like, for example, if you're trying to get the concept of something in one of your classes, but you come home every day and you're struggling with that concept. Well, that's because you only went to school for 2 days a week. You got to be consistent and go every day.
Because you're missing out on stuff, and then your buddy might not take good notes.
Exactly.
Or like your teacher might be a jerk and might not give you no notes. So like you gotta
be consistent.
You got to be consistent.
And I feel like, especially in like you said, in college, like it's important to be consistent, because like when I was in college, if I did not study, like I would come home, spend my time studying, and I would do that every single day that I knew I had tests. I would come home and study. I wouldn't do nothing else. I would come home and study, and then after I was done studying, then I could do what I wanted to do. But I had to study first, and I was just that's how it was. And then I had like classmates that halfway studied or didn't like really put the consistency, like you know, and they didn't do like right. So yeah, I feel like consistency is key, especially in school.
Now that you said something about studying, like I have a question. Like, what is like a good studying strategy or tactic that y'all have, like when it comes to studying?
I'd say like after you come from school or class or whatever, and you don't have nothing else to do, I personally say like take a 30 to a 45-minute break to give your brain some time to like, hey, okay, we're not doing math problems again, we're not reading right now. Like that's your time you need to get to eat in, and I guess prepping for it to study. Then whenever I was in somebody's school, I would, like, if it was vocabulary words to study, I would highlight the word, then highlight the definition, then read it over twice, and that's how I would memorize stuff. I would use flashcards. I would use math apps. I use ChatGPT. And then like two study groups. No, that's bias. You don't get nothing done in those study groups.
I agree.
That is bias.
You
gotta be locked in with yourself for about an hour or two. Study if you can study in a study group, God bless you. Because no, study groups is biased. No.
Okay.
And that's what's group work too. Bias.
So Cyerra, how would you like tell somebody like what's a strategy or a good tactic on how to study?
I definitely say like repetition. For me, it was repetition. Like I just had to keep doing it until I got it. But I would also say when like repetition, like your main like study way, you gotta know when to like give your brain a break. Because like I would go, and then my brain would just and I didn't retain any of it. So I think like taking a break, like Harper said, is important too.
Okay, so for a person that has negative habits, how can somebody break those negative habits?
It's all depends on your want to break the negative habit. You replace it with positive things. Like if you know that you're the type you like to sit in the house and just rot, I would say you need you don't have no job. You need to fix it by getting you a job. And then while you're not at work, you need to find some business, find you a hobby or something.
Yeah, because if you get like a job that give you something to do every day, and instead of just sitting in the house and being lazy and like you said, rotten. So I feel like breaking a negative habit, you could like think of what's a better outcome than this. Like what can I do that's gonna give me a better outcome? And for example, for somebody who like can't stop eating fast food, like if they look at the if they look at the results and see like, oh, I'm getting bigger, like this is not okay. But then they look and be like, oh, if I only ate fast food like once or twice a month or a week, then I wouldn't be as unhealthy. So I feel like looking at what could be better for you is a way you could like break the negative habits.
Right. I agree. I look at my bank statement like 2 weeks ago. In a week, I had spent $100 on fast food.
That's what I'm saying. Me too. Like,
that's enough.
I do that too. When I look at my bank account, and then I'm like, where did all my money go? And I'm looking, and it's like food and unnecessary stuff that I don't need.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna think like maybe I need this money for something. So this is why I need to stop spending it on this. So I'm gonna break the habit of spending it, and I'm gonna just not touch it.
Right.
So that's why sometimes I just lock my card and I don't carry it with me, so I can't even do anything.
I've been having to do that too.
My issue is Apple Pay.
Yeah. That too.
Apple Pay.
Once I learned how to use that tap, I was just like tap everything. Forget the card.
Yes.
So how can someone support a friend who is going through something?
I think just being there for them and I guess like meeting the needs they need at that time or like the support they specifically need at the time. Like I don't know, they're going through a breakup. You hang out with them because they're missing that company of the other person, or you guys hang out somewhere, or like they're going through a breakup and you get them something because they're sad, or you just spend time with them, or you're just like an outlet for them to vent.
Right. You gotta give, like I'd say, give them reassurance, help them like pick themselves back up. Because once you get in a breakup, it's like it's a fall. I wouldn't say a fall, but like depending on how long you've been with the person, how like deep y'all's connection is. Like,
yeah, I would say like although like being in close with them and like helping them when they need it, I feel like also a way of like helping somebody like support them when they're going through something is giving them space, because space is an important thing, because some people might not want a whole bunch of people around them while they're going through something. They might want a little personal space to take time to regroup themselves. So like for me personally, sometimes when I'm going through something, I need my own space. So like when people are calling or texting me or whatever the case may be, they don't realize, like, because they'll be like, oh well, why you didn't talk to me in this many days? And I'm like, well, I was going through something and I needed my own personal space, so I didn't want to, come and, because people can feed off of your energy. So I didn't want to, bring that to y'all. So I'm just, going through my own thing, have my own space. And when I get myself back together, then, I can come back and talk to y'all like I was. But for now, I need space. So I feel like, supporting them in that way by giving them their space is a good way to like help them when they're going through something. I agree. So, do you know any like signs? Like, could y'all say any signs that that when someone might be struggling with like mental health or something? Like mentally or emotionally?
I feel like you can kind of just tell. Like it's just like their energy, or maybe certain patterns that they used to do and now they're not doing anymore, or things that they enjoy, or maybe like you said, space. Like they just need some space.
Right. I'd say their actions, and then like depends on how they talk. Yeah. Like if they say stuff that's not normal or stuff that's out of their normal.
Right.
Then like.
Yeah. Well, like going on when y'all said actions, like sometimes people, it can show signs by actions, but also it also can show by them, being completely happy. Like some people could be completely happy and acting as normal and nothing's different, but they're actually struggling with something mentally or emotionally. So I feel like even if you don't think that you can't see the signs, like somebody going through something because they're still the same, still normal, I feel like still, even though that's the case, you still want to, check in on your friends and, make sure they're okay, even though they be like, the most happy is like when y'all hang out, y'all all just so happy and stuff, but you still want to check on your friends, even if they're seeming to be happy. So I think that's like very important, especially in friendships, because like if that doesn't occur, like, some friendships might end because they feel like, oh, well, you never checked on me. Even when I was happy, like, you didn't even think to check on me or ask me was I okay or stuff like that. So I feel like that plays a big part of friendships whenever you check on each other's mental.
Right.
Yeah. So, can your purpose change over time? Like, if you had to like for example, if somebody was like figuring out who they are, do you think can your purpose change over time?
I think so, yeah.
Like how you were saying, like you always wanted to be like a teacher, and then over time it changed until you doing what you do now.
Yeah.
So Harper, what do you think?
I just think character development plays a big part of it.
Okay. So, how does your values influence your choices?
I feel like they influence them a lot. Like, if you have certain values set for yourself and you hold yourself to a certain standard, you're not going to make that decision because you hold yourself to that certain standard, or you don't want to go against your values. That's kind of how I make my decisions. I'm like, I don't want to go against my values in this, and this. So why would I put myself in that situation?
Yeah, or I value this a lot, so I don't want to, make the wrong choice.
Right.
Yeah. So, it's like coming to an end for us to wrap up the session. So, is there anything that y'all would like to say or mention to the people watching before we close?
I ain't got nothing else.
Okay. with that being said, thank you guys for watching this episode of CJ Session. I hope to see you guys on the next one.